I'm standing in the kitchen when she says it. Silk blouse unbuttoned 1 extra inch, eyes already elsewhere. The kettle screams. Don't be dramatic, Benjamin. It's just one night. I nod. I always nod when I'm deciding something irreversible. We used to be careful with each other. That's the part that hurts. The way she'd reach for my wrist in crowded rooms, grounding herself. The way she'd whisper plans like promises. We met before titles mattered. Before CEOs and acquisitions and glass offices with frosted doors, we built routines. Sunday mornings. Thursday dinners. A future that felt inevitable because we were disciplined about it. Then our calendar filled up with late reviews. Her phone tilted away. From me like a secret. She started calling me safe, like a compliment that lands as a warning. I noticed the patterns without naming them. I've always been good at that. You don't survive in my line of work by reacting. You observe, you wait. The proof arrived without drama. A misplaced blazer. A hotel key in the wrong pocket. A text preview lighting her phone at 2:17 a.m. One night, you'll forget. I didn't touch the phone. I didn't need to. The story had already told itself. That night, when she said it out loud, I let the silence stretch. I let her fill it with confidence. She talked about ambition, about leverage, about how men at the top respect women who take what they want. She said the CEO's name like it was a rung on a ladder. I said, okay. It wasn't permission. It was a pivot. I slept like I always do. Early. Quiet. In the morning, I kissed her cheek. She smelled like borrowed confidence. I wished her luck. She smiled, relieved by my smallness. She left wearing certainty. I went to work. I'm not flashy. I don't need to be. I sit behind transactions that never make headlines. I read footnotes for sport. I know where pressure hides and how to apply it without fingerprints. The CEO's company was circling. Blackstone like a shark with a clean balance sheet and a dirty appetite. The deal looked airtight if you skimmed it. It wasn't. I made 3 calls. Not favors, verifications. I pulled one thread and found a conflict buried under a shell entity. I pulled another and found a covenant that would snap if someone sneezed. I didn't sneeze. I documented. By noon, I'd assembled a narrative that required no embellishment. Facts do the work when you arrange them correctly. I sent a discreet memo to the board's independent counsel. I seeked compliance. I asked questions that sounded curious and landed like grenades. Then I waited. The waiting is important. It lets people ruin themselves. The CEO called her first. I know because her name lit up on my phone while I was reviewing a spreadsheet that would soon become a headline. I didn't answer. I forwarded the call to voicemail and listened later. His voice was unrecognizable. Not confident. Not amused. He was afraid of paper. By evening, Blackstone was on hold. By night, it was over. Markets don't like uncertainty, and I'd fed them a buffet. She came home late, mascara tired, posture wrong. She didn't see me at first. When she did, she froze like a child caught rehearsing a lie. They're saying the deal's dead, she said. He's furious. He keeps asking who your husband is. I finished. She sat down hard. Her mouth opened. Closed. She searched my face for the man she'd married. The safe one. The nodder. She didn't find him. I told you it was just one night, she said, weaker now. It was, I agreed. For you. I slid the folder across the table. No theatrics. Just tabs, dates, signatures, the anatomy of a collapse. Her fingers shook when she flipped it open. She understands structure. She understood this. You did this, she whispered. I noticed things, I said. Then I asked questions. She cried then. Not loudly. Not beautifully. She asked if I'd planned it. If I'd known. If I'd loved her. Yes, I said, to all of it. Truth is efficient. The CEO's final message arrived as we sat there. Capital letters. Threats that meant nothing now. He was finished. Not ruined. Finished is quieter, its doors closing without slams. She moved out a week later. No screaming. No lawyers fighting over shadows. She tried to apologize. I let her finish. That was my last kindness. Now, when I think about it, I don't feel angry. Anger is loud. I feel aligned. Betrayal didn't change who I am. It reminded me. I never raised my voice. I never touched her phone. I never begged. I watched. I waited. I placed my pieces. And when the boardroom caught fire, I was already gone. Justice doesn't need witnesses. It needs timing.